wanted to get to the hearing on the Hill with General Miller. The president told ABC back in August that none of his advisors recommended leaving 2,500 troops in Afghanistan. General Miller told the Senate Armed Services Committee that that was exactly what he recommended. Was the president's answer in that interview an honest answer?
First of all, I'm not going to get into details of private advice that the president gets from his national security team or military advisors. What is clear is that the president asked for, welcomed, candid, non-sugar-coated advice on Afghanistan and what we should do given what we walked into, which was a deal struck with the Taliban with a May 1st timeline, including the release of 5,000 Taliban fighters, where we would need to get our U.S. Forces out. Otherwise, we would face conflict. That's what he was facing. In terms of the mechanisms of who provided what advice through what forum, I'm just not going to get into that level of detail from here.
Did the president hear specifically the recommendation from the commander on the ground in Afghanistan that he feared that a full withdrawal would be devastating and should not happen?
He was provided a range of advice. I'm not going to get into more details than that, but what's important to note at this point is it's crystal clear that 2,500 troops would not have been sustainable on the ground. It would have been either increase troops on the ground or withdraw troops on the ground. And the president has been clear many times he was not going to send thousands and thousands more troops to fight a war the Afghans did not want to fight themselves.
And then I want to get also to the debt limit.
Sure.
Following up on the question earlier, the Democrats, when they had control, unified control in 2010, raised the debt limit unilaterally. What is different now, and why doesn't the president just encourage Democratic leaders to do this on their own and diffuse that crisis?
Why aren't Republicans for doing what they've done dozens of times in the past, and many of them did 3 times during the Trump administration, including after they passed a $2 trillion unpaid for tax giveaway to corporations and the wealthiest Americans? They were fine doing it then. Why aren't they fine doing it now? So it could go, I think that's the fundamental question I'd send back.
Would the president at any point intervene and try to stave this off if this comes to a head and
The president wants to maintain the full faith and credit of the United States. Our view continues to be this should be done in a bipartisan way, and there should be a bipartisan path forward. Emerald, I promise you go to next.
Thank you.